What's going on, everybody? Crazy Dog back with another video. And this will be my Browns-Chiefs divisional round preview as my Cleveland Browns head out to Arrowhead Stadium to face off against the defending Super Bowl champions, Kansas City Chiefs, for the chance to move on to the AFC Championship game, where the winner will face off against either Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills or Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens. Now, before I get into talking about this game, I got to talk about something real quick. And this is the last time I'm going to talk about the Steelers. Because you know what's really funny? So, if you remember, during the week, Steelers fans were flapping their gums talking about how they were going to beat the crap out of us simply because we barely beat their backups, despite the fact Kevin Stefanski was kind of holding the offense back a little bit. He wasn't going to show off what he had to offer because he was saving it for the playoffs. So, we didn't really run Chubb that much, and we were pretty much being vanilla. We only beat him by 2 points, but that's mainly because Mason Rudolph was abusing our backup secondary. So, yeah, it's whatever, and then Steeler fans were like, oh, we're going to kick the crap out of you because you barely beat our backups. TJ Watt and Cam Hayward are going to maul Baker Mayfield. Well, what happened? I have bad memory. What happened? Did they get any sacks? Oh, that's right. No! 0 sacks. And the craziest thing is, we didn't have Joe Bitonio. So Cam Hayward was going up against a practice squad player in Michael Dunn, and he essentially got shut down. Meanwhile, Jack Conklin went down during the game, so we had Kendall Lamb at right tackle. Now, of course, he did commit a penalty on his first snap, but after that, he was pretty good. And honestly, for that, I give all the credit in the world to Bill Callahan. Now, of course, Bill Callahan, I don't think was coaching because he's on the list as well. But just the way that he's been coaching this offensive line during the season, he turned Chris Hubbard from a turnstile into a stud. Kendall Lamb, he's pretty good too. Got to give all the credit to that coaching staff, man. They turned these guys into absolute studs, and I love it. Of course, Andrew Berry went out and signed Jack Conklin, which was a big move for us. Completely, transformed the offensive line, mainly because we didn't have good tackles last year. And now, look, we got Wills, who's pretty good. He's only a rookie. He'll improve. He's gotten better every week. And, of course, Conklin's an all-pro. So, yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that. But you would think that after that game, Steeler fans would keep their mouth shut a little bit. They'd be humbled. No. I mean, some of them have pretty much, started talking about the offseason. It's not Steeler fans on YouTube, pretty much. It's Steeler fans on Twitter. Guys like Steel Made and Steel Jackson, those guys, they're really cool. They haven't really been talking all that crap. I mean, it's usual, Of course, they're going to talk crap about us, but they're not really salty. The salty Steelers fans are on Twitter. It's freaking hilarious, And what's even more hilarious is this dude, Chase Claypool, went on TikTok, of course. Yeah, the Steelers have 2 TikTok boys, Juju and Chase Claypool. Imagine that. This dude went on TikTok Live, and he pretty much exposed his salt. I mean, you could just taste the salt radiating out of his voice, bro. Ugh, he was salty. Ugh, big salty. Ugh. And this dude said, it's a bad loss, but it's okay because the Browns are going to get clapped next week. Like, you could just taste the salt coming out of that mouth right there, man. Ugh. He big man, bro. He just can't handle losing to the Browns, Of course, we had Juju, saying the Browns is the Browns and, nameless gray faces. Okay, well, the same old Browns has whooped your ass in your house and ended your season. So go on the couch and be quiet, okay? Okay. So, with that being said, let's talk about this game against the Chiefs, huh? So, we all know what the Chiefs have to offer. Coach Andy Reid, really good coach, legendary, Hall of Famer for sure. Patrick Mahomes, arguably the best quarterback in the league, one of the best quarterbacks in the league, up there with Drew Brees and Tom Brady and all that, Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, he's definitely in the elite tier of quarterbacks. You got Hilaire, Well, Clyde Edwards-Helaire and Le'Veon Bell at running back. Of course, you got Cheetah, Tyreek Hill, you got Mecole Hardman, Sammy Watkins, who, by the way, went on Twitter and responded to a Chiefs fan who said, well, it looks like we got competition. And this dude, Sammy Watkins, said, I wouldn't go that far. So, yeah, don't learn from Juju and give the Browns more billboard material. See how that works out for you, right? But, yeah, they got Sammy Watkins. They got Travis Kelce. They got a good offensive line. And on the other side, their defense is actually really good, led by, of course, the Honey Badger. You have Chris Jones, as I mentioned, Honey Badger. They got some really good players. I think Anthony Hitchens is over there, too. They got some really good players. I think Frank Clark is there as well. But, yeah, this ain't going to be easy at all. If anything, their offense is probably going to drop 30 at least. Because, hopefully our defense will be up to the task. Now, we got some great news yesterday from Kevin Stefanski, as it looks like we'll be getting Hodge, Bitonio, Ward, and Kevin Johnson back for this game. And we'll see about the coaching staff. Kevin Stefanski will also be back, so that's huge. But, yeah, man, getting Ward and Johnson back would be absolutely huge for us. Because we saw what Robert Jackson was up against, and he was getting sunned all game long. Money Mitch held his own, but I just don't want to see Robert Jackson going up against Tyreek Hill. I don't want the dude to get embarrassed, because that would just be bad. Now, I think the Browns have as good of a shot as anybody because we have Myles Garrett on the defensive line. And don't sleep on Adrian Claiborne either. If Garrett or Claiborne can get to Mahomes. Now, the one thing about Mahomes is that he's very elusive. And you think you got him 1 second, and then he takes off down the field, and he'll make you miss. He ain't afraid to, hit you with a little spin move or juke you out of your shoes and maybe even stiff arm you. He's not as fast as Lamar, but he's definitely shifty. He can take off if he needs to, just look what he did to the Titans last year. Remember that? I thought he was going to be tackled. The dude shook out of 3 tackles and scored a touchdown. Hopefully our defense will be up to the task. I'm kind of scared to see what Joe Woods has in terms of game plan. I don't want to see that prevent defense crap because they would shred that all day long. I can already tell you that. I don't know if he'll do that with Ward and Johnson back. I think he did that mainly because we had Robert Jackson and them. We were missing our top corners, but we'll see what happens. But, yeah, it'll be huge getting those guys back, especially Bitonio. But I'll give a lot of credit to Bill Callahan, man. Against the Steelers, freaking Michael Dunn pretty much shut down Cam Hayward. And then Kendall Lamb came in for Jack Conklin and held his own against TJ Watt, who is arguably the defensive player of the year. The Steelers had 0 sacks, like I said. It's crazy. Like I said, their fans were talking about how they were going to stomp on us, and they got 48 dropped on them in their own house. And not to mention, we ended their season. So we essentially killed 2 birds with 1 stone. We beat them in their house, ended that streak, and then we also ended our playoff win drought. So we're out here ending droughts left and right. You love to see it. Well, let's go and end another drought, huh? Let's make it to the AFC Championship game. How about that? I know nobody's going to pick us to win this game, but that should be a motivator for us, They're sleeping on us. And all I'm going to say is keep sleeping, because sooner or later, you're going to have to respect us. It's just the way it is. But looking at my 3 keys to victory for this game, it's simple. Key number 1, establish the run. Get Chubb and Hunt going. From what I've heard, the Chiefs' run defense is not that great. So I think Chubb and Hunt could feast in this game, especially Kareem Hunt, because he's facing his old team. And he says it's personal, so we'll see if he's got a little something for his old team. But yeah, key number 1 is definitely get the run game going. And that'll open up the play action passing, and hopefully Jarvis and them can have a big game this week. Key number 2, we got to win the pretty much the time of possession. Keep their offense off the field. That's how you beat them. You know, play keep away. Yeah, there you go. Play keep away. You know, win the time of possession battle and force turnovers. It's pretty much the way it is. You know, if you can force Patrick Mahomes to throw a very rare interception, I think most of his interceptions have come against one team, the Raiders, if not all of them. But yeah, I mean, force turnovers and, you know, score off of those turnovers. I mean, that's what we've been doing this year. We force turnovers and we score off of them. Sure, our defense may not be that great, but they're really good at forcing turnovers. I would love to see MJ Stewart get another interception. That'd be awesome too. But it's gonna be tough, you know. And key number 3, as always, be smart. No dumb penalties and don't turn the ball over. You know, I mean, especially against these guys. I mean, damn, bro. You give them more opportunities to kill you than they're already going to have, and they're probably going to drop 40 or 50 on us. I think this will be a very high-scoring game, in my opinion. But, yeah, in terms of player to watch, it's pretty easy. Kareem Hunt, he's going up against his old team. I want to see what he has in store for him. You know, I could see him having a big game. He scored 2 touchdowns against the Steelers. I could see him having a good performance against his old team. That'd be awesome to see him go off against his old squad, you know? Especially if we beat the Chiefs. Imagine he scores a game-winning touchdown, too. Ooh, that'd be awesome, you know? In terms of final score prediction, I'm going to say the Browns shock the world again, and we go into Arrowhead. Yeah, that means we would go into Heinz and Arrowhead, 2 of the most hostile places to play. 2 of the most hostile environments in the NFL. And we take care of business as we win by a field goal. No. Game-winning touchdown by Kareem Hunt late in the game. I think we win 49-42. I think this is going to be a very high-scoring game. 49-42, Browns win because Kareem Hunt puts it in the end zone very late in the game. I'm going to say around like less than a minute left. And we move on to the AFC title game. Now, I can already tell you, people are going to be like, there's no way you're beating the Chiefs. Well, people didn't think we were going to beat the Steelers, and look what happened. You never know. That's why they play the game. You know? We'll see what happens. Now, in terms of Chiefs fans on YouTube, of course, you got my guy Harmon, you got Urag, you got KC Kid, whatever. I don't know if that dude's even on YouTube anymore. Every time I look, that dude's got a new channel because he's saying something stupid. You know? There's a couple other Chiefs fans, but I don't really, know too many of them. But, yeah, shout out to the Chiefs fans, of course. You already know. Shout out to my dog pound brothers, as always. It's the way I end my videos now. Got to give a shout out to the dog pound. You already know. Man, we're in the divisional round. We're essentially playing with house money because nobody thought we would be here. Let's keep this thing going, man. I'm not ready to end this season yet. We win this game, it's like, okay, that's it. We're going there. Let's get to the Super Bowl. We're playing with house money. People keep doubting us. Use that as a motivator, man. Let's go out there and shock the world again, man. Let's do it. So that's going to wrap it up for this video. I'm Crazy Dog 99. Let's go, Browns. And I'm out.